Fleeting thoughts. When I was on my walk this morning, I had this thought because I had a very strange evening with clients last night, and I'll tell you a bit more about this in a minute. But I just wanted to come and talk to you about this. Fleeting thoughts, fleeting emotions. How many thoughts and emotions do you experience in one day? We know it's said we have about 60 to 80,000 thoughts every single day. Most of those are just repetition of a load of rubbish, really, isn't it? Programming or whatever else. But I really was looking at this because last night, I don't know what was going on with the energy, but I literally had about 5 people or 6 people, I think it was, and a cat that I was scanning last night because they all came up with just suddenly not feeling well, or something had happened where they were completely out of balance. And I'm like, okay, don't worry. It was like a first aid that went on for a couple of hours, which always fascinates me because when I actually scan with either Healy, which I don't know if you know, it's always in my bra, one of them anyway, or with the AO scan, I am fascinated to actually see what is really going on for this person or this animal on every level, whether it's a physical level, whether it's an emotional level, or whether it's an energetic level. So just think, we've got, our physical body, we've got our energy field, the invisible body that we don't, a lot of people just don't connect with, are just so disconnected. And it was just a really interesting evening. So this morning I came out and I was like, what is this thing about fleeting thoughts, fleeting emotions? We can literally go from 1 minute to feeling really peaceful and calm, and in that moment of just bliss to feeling anxious or feeling sad or feeling angry, or then maybe going into, coming back and thinking, oh no, I'm back in my place of, peace, and I'm like I am now. I'm sitting in the top of the field, preferably, hopefully not on a stinging nettle. Because this is just a beautiful place of peace. It's just so quiet. I love it up here. But how often are you going through this sort of turmoil of feeling okay, not feeling okay, feeling anxious about something, doubting yourself or your decisions about something or someone, or then getting into the anxiety, and it just goes on all day, doesn't it? How often do we stay in a specific emotion or feeling for a good length of time before it switches and flips into something else? Now, what I love and what I'm so passionate about doing when I'm working with clients, what I'm so curious about is what is going on underlying these fleeting thoughts and switching from the good to the unwanted and the balanced and the unbalanced. Let's look at it like that. Balanced and unbalanced. Because what goes on in our energy field that we often don't take notice of, or we just feel is not relevant, or we're just so disconnected from this part of who we are. Because believe me, everything that goes on in this energy body is just a warning sign before it hits the physical body. So if, for example, you are feeling stressed or you are feeling unwell, you're out of balance in some form or another, that will actually come into your energy field before it will hit the physical body. If you do not do something about that before it comes into the physical. So this is why I'm always working with the energy field, because we want to prevent illness, imbalance, anxiety, anything you're seeing, stress, I would say stress, sickness, or pain from coming into the physical. And this is what I do with Healy, and this is what I do with the AO scan. We can look through the chakras, we can look through the meridian energy system to see what is going on in your energy field. This is so important for you to actually connect with if you want to remain in this place of balance. Because when you feel sick, when you've got pain in your body, when you've got some illness or something, whether it's short time or long time, you've been ignoring something that has been telling you that you are out of balance. You're going in the wrong direction, or you're not listening to what the deeper message is for whatever the solution is. You know, I remember, and I don't know if any of you have had this situation where you have actually felt your physical body literally going into shock. And there was one profound moment that I had a good few years ago, and it was the most profound moment I'd ever actually had of experiencing my body suddenly going into shock. And it was actually due to my ex-husband when we were going through the early stages of divorce. And he rang me up one day, and this is when we were in Manila. I don't think I've ever told this story. And he actually said to me, "You've got to be out of the country in 3 weeks." And I was like, "What? How can I be out of the country in 3 weeks?" You know, it was summer holiday. It was just before summer holidays were about to start. You've got to pack up the house and take the boys back to the UK in 3 weeks. And I literally felt my body go into shock. And what was interesting was I remember having this mosquito bite on my leg. And that mosquito bite just instantly got infected. It was bizarre. It got so bad, actually, it ended up in impetigo. I've still got a scar on my leg from that. But it was like my body had gone into this place of absolute shaken up. And the response was in the physical. And yet, if I had a robust, really wonderfully strong energy field, that wouldn't have happened. But because I was vulnerable, and we hear sometimes, you know, we talk about maybe holes in your aura field or your energy field. Is, you know, when you see this and when you work with energy, you will know about this. And these are where we become vulnerable. We become more vulnerable within ourselves emotionally. And this is when dis-ease, illness, stress will then affect the physical body. I hope you're getting me. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this, and I'd be really interested to know what your comments are if anyone is actually watching this. Because it's really, really important to actually listen, to hear what is going on for you. What are you feeling? What are those fleeting thoughts? How many of those fleeting thoughts really are negative thoughts? How many of those are telling you, or you're telling yourself through the programming that you've had for so long, that you're not good enough, this is not going to work, you're going to be failing at that if you do this or that or whatever it is. So you slip back into that anxiety or that anger or whatever it is. One thing I would ask you to do is there's a couple of things here where you can be really aware, is where in your physical body do you recognize when you are getting stressed. We all have somewhere in our body that is that weaker area that will show up as a pain or digestive issues. Let me give you an example. I mean, for me, it's always my skin. If I get really super stressed, it will come out in my skin. I'll get very itchy skin. Some of you might get digestive issues or headaches or shoulder problems or back problems or whatever. That is your key. That is your massive alarm bell from the universe to say you're not listening, number one, and your energy field is really out of balance. Your chakras are probably all discombobulated. Your meridians will be like wherever. So I'd love you to know what that is for you. Be consciously aware of this connection between your physical and your energy body, because if your energy body is in balance and you're feeling calm and you're feeling happy and joyful, there is no way you will ever get sick in the physical body, because this energy field is really robust, it's really strong, and you'll know that through your chakras and you'll know that through your meridians, because those are your guides. Those are the areas, the energy centers that have got just a story to tell. And by the way, if you are interested in knowing more about your chakras and how they are representing how you're feeling and what is really going on, I'm going to be doing a free 3-day experience in a few weeks' time. So just put your name or put a heart or put something down in the comments and I'll add you to the waiting list. Because if you understand your chakra system and your meridian system, we've done the meridians last year, we'll do more of that later on. But if you want to understand who you are on a deeper level, where your sickness and those fleeting thoughts and emotions are held, understand your chakras. And we will be using Healy my little magic tool, and we will be using the AO scan. I think I might be doing that as well, to actually see what's going on for you. What is the core issue here? All right, so I hope that's made sense, but I really, really want you to understand the connection you have to your energy body, your energy field, because it's so important to keep this strong, to keep listening to the messages, listening to the intuition, listening to the knowingness that you've all got. But some people are so disconnected from the physical and from the energy body. Some people don't even believe you've got an energy body. You have. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. It's a scientific thing. It's quantum physics. It's not woo-woo. It's quantum physics. So think about, how does your energy feel right now? On a scale of 1 to 10, your energy, and you'll know, your vibrant energy is when you're feeling in joy, in peace, in happiness, and you want to go out and just share all that love and compassion with everybody else. If you are feeling sick, stressed, or in pain, your energy field is probably not feeling too great, and it will come into your physical body, and that's what we want to prevent. Illness always starts in your energy field. Okay, so I'm Fiona Clark, the Zenergizer, and if you want to join us for this chakra experience, which will be starting in a few weeks' time, I'll be putting more information out. Make sure you either PM me or you put a comment in underneath this video, and I will put you onto the waiting list. All right, so I'm wishing you a beautiful day, and just watch those fleeting thoughts, watch those emotions, and see what the story is underneath it. All right, sending you loads of love. Bye for now.